I love wrestling. It's the best. People try to make you feel stupid for liking it. They're always like, hey, you know that thing you love with the pageantry and the fireworks and the golden belts. It's fake. And I'm supposed to be like, oh no, you've ripped my world asunder. I guess I'll just watch House now. But really, it should be like, well, no shit, it's fake. What type of psychopath would I have to be if I wanted it to be real? Oh, you mean the thing where people have minor disagreements so they body slam each other? And there's a guy who carries around a snake in a bag that he uses to bite his enemies. But it won't work against the Undertaker because he don't got no blood. You telling me that's not on the up and up?
Hello?
I have just one question for you. Are you ready?
Am I ready for what? Who's this?
Are you ready for this Sunday night when WWE Champ John Cena defends his title in the WWE Super Slam? Right now you can order this awesome pay-per-view event for just $59.99.
I'm sorry, no, there is not any chance in hell that we're ever going to have wrestling in this house again. But thank you, but no. Have a good day.
This is Tyler David, and you're listening to On the Network.
You know, he's just gotten to that point in his life where he's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm Ric Flair.
I could see that being the case for Vince, though, like his dad being like, oh, you'll never be a wrestler. And then Vince is like, fuck you, I'm gonna take steroids and beat the top face of the company. I mean, I'm not the type of guy who, you know, Google searches, hey, Hulk Hogan's sex tape. What I think they're doing is giving the wrestlers and the audience the true WWE medical experience, where it's, we're not gonna do anything to help you until you're about to have a heart attack.
And even then, we might just give you a Z-Pack.
You can't just have someone with a fucking heart disease get in the fucking ring, bounce off the ropes, and die in the middle of the ring on TV.
You would think that, but it could happen 3 times on your show.
If you want to buy a $10,000 Batman replica costume, buy it. Treat yourself.
For Lucha to consider themselves a reality show, that's hilarious. Because in it you have a guy that dies, comes back, there's a girl that just disappears. Like, it's just like all this like weird mythical stuff happening around it. I almost feel like wrestling is becoming validated again, and it's not through WWE, but it's because of other promotions like Lucha Underground. I could just imagine like Vince McMahon being like, you guys wanted a Texas death match? Here's your Texas death match. And we're like, no, we wanted Lesnar versus Stone Cold. And you're giving us Flair and Hogan. God damn it.
I suffer from a condition called third-party embarrassment.
Holy shit. Apparently, wrestling, it's hard. Naomi and her husband to a sex shop to look at sex toys to help build her dominatrix gimmick.
And she wanted to buy the butt plug for a cat.
So the book note version of Total Divas, everyone hates Eva Marie.
This is On the Network.
Welcome back to On the Network, everyone. I am Rich, and with me as always is Tyler David. Tyler, how are you doing tonight?
Well, I was doing pretty fucking good until I came home and my kids turned my positive attitude into complete insanity in less than a half hour. How are you doing?
Oh man, not too bad actually. I don't know. It's near the end of the week and just in coasting mode, I guess.
All right.
You know, let me see. Shovel Knight's coming out this month. The new WWE game's coming out this month, so I'm pretty excited. And when I say Shovel Knight, I know it's been out digitally. I'm just getting the physical copy, and I'm really excited about that because it's a great game. But with me, or with us rather, is Urban Ninja. How are you doing tonight?
Yo, doing great.
Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for having me. I'll try my best not to embarrass myself.
Man, you'll be completely fine. I mean, we embarrass ourselves on a weekly basis, so you have nothing to worry about.
Is it true that the Shovel Knight game is sort of like a documentary on Triple H's life?
Almost. You know, I don't think in the game you can bury things as deep as Triple H can bury things.
Ask Booker T. He'll try.
Yeah, no, Shovel Knight's an amazing game.
I'm gonna bury you.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so what do we got in the news section?
Okay, Mark Henry retirement is imminent. He's talking about he's gonna retire soon, and he wants to have a retirement match, possibly against Daniel Bryan. What do you think about that?
Oh God.
I think it could actually possibly work. And the reason why I'm saying this is I could be completely wrong, but Mark Henry comes off to me as sort of like one of the safer wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
really?
When I say that, like I have not heard many stories.
I did. I heard about one that Billy Gunn had to teach him how to do a proper slam because he was gonna kill somebody.
Right, but how long ago was that?
I have to go get it. He talked about it on a podcast.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? I mean, like recent years, you know, and he's older, so he's not doing as much crazy shit anymore. Not that Mark Henry really was known for doing crazy shit.
But is it safe for Daniel Bryan to face somebody so strong in his current state right now?
Probably not.
He's gonna break him in half. I'm sorry. It's dangerous. Daniel Bryan should not do it.
I mean, is it safe for Daniel Bryan to go into a ring right now?
He probably is. I think WWE is mostly scared that Daniel Bryan, if he comes back right now, as in next Monday, he would turn off the whole fucking thing. Every plan would be fucking ruined. Everything they'll have to rescript and rewrite and redo. Remember that Daniel Bryan Royal Rumble?
Oh, Jesus.
Remember that WrestleMania?
That was a clusterfuck, all that.
Yeah, bring Daniel Bryan. Bring him back. Bring the anarchy back. Fuck order.
And if Daniel Bryan comes back, I'm sure everyone is clamoring for a fucking Mark Henry match.
Mark Henry sucks.
It's believable, though. You know?
It's because he's made out of glass.
Vince is like, hey, we have the perfect opponent for you, Daniel Bryan. No, not the IC title. Not the US title. Not the WWE Championship. We're going to put you in a match with Mark Henry. Brilliant.
Mark Henry.
And you're going to have fun.
Oh, mandatory fun. Military style.
Honestly, they're not even going to give Mark Henry a retirement match. He's going to fade off into the fucking sunset and get his Hall of Fame bid in a few years, and that's the last we'll hear of him.
Do you think they would even announce his retirement?
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe.
Just because Christian. I mean, that guy retired and you didn't hear shit.
Yeah, exactly. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna do Vince is gonna go, yeah, have him vanish into thin air, Christian style. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
Meanwhile, Layla retires. Holy shit, guys, Layla retired. Post it everywhere.
Fuck Christian, that bubble butt.
Oh.
That blue dot bastard.
Hornswoggle.
Hornswoggle.
Hornswoggle's out because he failed the wellness policy test, aka drug test.
Love with the cocoa?
I doubt it. I think he was probably smoking pot.
Yeah.
It's alright. It's just a small problem.
Well, apparently, WWE pulled the trademark on Hornswoggle, so his release is imminent.
You know what? It was just a little bit of weed.
They also released the trademarks for Stardust, Naomi, and a couple others, but WWE Shop and WWE HD, but those two don't make sense. But Stardust and Naomi dropping those is interesting.
Wasn't Cody gonna be like doing wrestling as Cody Rhodes for a little bit and then go back to the gimmick? Didn't they say that?
I don't know. Did they? I haven't heard anything.
I think so. I think that's his goal.
I think Neville's gonna win this feud they're having, and then they'll have him come back as Cody Rhodes at the Royal Rumble.
Probably.
Oh, that would be great. Finally.
And Naomi, I see why they're gonna release her. She hasn't done shit.
She sucks.
Sasha Banks has definitely overshadowed her from minute one of coming to the main roster. So.
Mm-hmm.
And they're dropping her off of Total Divas too.
Yeah.
So,
What did she do? What did she do?
She's too nice of a person.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to. Is like
we can't have that.
That's really what it comes down to. Like, if you were to watch like an episode of Total Divas this season, you know, just cat fights among all the girls, just bitching about each other. Natty lying to everyone, you know, just all this crazy drama stuff. And then they go over to Naomi, and it's like, you know,
you boring bitch.
Yeah, it's like, you know, like I hung out with my stepkids.
Got to make sure they do their homework. Gonna take them to Chuck E. Cheese.
And, you know, like really, like that's what she's doing on TV, and they're just like, we can't have that.
I'm sorry, girl, but you need to bribe a cop, do something, smoke some pot. You gotta do something evil. The company needs it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the most evil thing they got her to do was put on a bikini.
Think of the children.
They had her twerk in the one episode in that bikini on that last episode.
Yeah.
I mean, and then she immediately complained that she shouldn't have done it. Like, Nikki would have been like, fuck yeah, let's do this some more.
She was like, fuck yeah, let's do this some more.
That whole virus is strong in Total Divas.
So, yeah, they'll probably get rid of her. She's definitely the worst finisher in all of the company. The rear end. And you know what I love, though? Is that every time she does it, Michael Cole says, she calls it the rear end. Like, why can't you just say she did the rear end? Like, or her finisher. I don't know. It just...
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
But, whatever.
Everything Michael Cole touches turns to shit.
Did you see Michael Cole got fucking built?
Steroids.
So someone's been hanging out at the Performance Center.
The Performance Enhancement Center. All right. Did you see that? Lana. They told Lana that she's in NXT because they want her to build her street cred.
No, I did not see that.
Yeah.
Street cred.
Yeah, she needs street cred.
That girl was banging dudes on movies and snorting coke and stuff. What street cred does she need?
Yeah,
No fucking...
yeah, it's like guys in like TV shows were like snorting coke off her tits.
Exactly, that was really, really fucked up. But she did it.
Well, I mean, it was a movie or TV show, so it's not like real coke, I can assume.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
How long ago was this?
We got to do method acting.
Let's see. It was on Cinemax show, I think. I couldn't tell you the name of it now.
Anyway.
Lana. Did you guys talk about when Lana got like really high and she started talking gibberish in Russian still?
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Did you talk about that? Because that was hilarious.
No, so basically what happened was, like, she went in for surgery on her wrist.
Uh-huh.
Which I think is the reason why they're sending her back to NXT. It's just so she
think
can
they wanna-
build up. And so she
I
can
think
learn
they
how to
want to
wrestle.
build her. They want to build her into a wrestler. I think that's the thing.
Yeah. But, before, like, right after, like, she got done with the surgery or whatever, she was, like, all doped up. And she decided to, like, send, like, a Facebook video out.
It is hilarious.
And you could tell that this poor girl is just fucked up, like, just out of surgery. And she still speaks with a Russian accent.
That's a good acting right there.
It's sad when, like, Lana still holds kayfabe to be real.
Wait. Did I say Lana needed street cred?
Yeah.
Oh, I fucked up. I meant Eva Marie.
Oh. Oh.
That's why I was
She
like,
need-
wait, when was Eva Marie in a fucking Cinemax movie?
Never.
Because I was like, she can't act worth for fucking shit. So
I wish she
would
was.
be in a movie? But okay, yeah, I've seen Lana and shit. So, yeah, that was Eva Marie.
So they're going to keep her in NXT so she can get street cred.
Well, she's probably complaining like, hey, why am I not on the main roster? You know how she fucking is. Probably she's like,
Because she fucking sucks. Why can't they get that? She fucking sucks. I feel like hitting my head on the fucking table.
well, you know what she fucking thinks is that, hey, when I go out, the fans are all booing me because I have real true heat. When in reality, they just fucking hate her. She thinks she's the best heel ever and should be on the main roster. But no one backstage... I mean, I think everyone backstage is delirious as well because WWE takes, hey, everyone's booing, so this must be, any heat is good heat, even if it's fucking, they just generally hate her. I don't know. Fucking Lana, though. Lana was on Twitter saying she's taking accent classes. So she's going to be dropping her accent soon.
Yes.
Yeah,
Finally.
But that's her still keeping up in kayfabe.
Yeah, she's been pretty good at that. And even with the... Did you see... I saw somewhere she had like 100 Rusev dolls. And she was posting like, hey, I'm getting rid of these fucking things. Like...
She won't do it.
Yeah. They're still getting married, right?
Oh,
Nope.
probably. I think they have a house together, so...
Yeah.
Can I say a little something about that whole Dolph Ziggler shit?
Yeah.
I think that shit buried him. I think Dolph Ziggler has lost a lot of credibility and a lot of fans with that bullshit.
Yeah. Him and Rusev.
No, I think Rusev actually came out better because he was like, she cheated on me with Dolph, and Dolph is actually the heel here if you look at it right.
But fucking Rusev was this fucking unstoppable monster.
Cena Wall, man. Cena Wall.
He came out at WrestleMania with a fucking tank. And now he's fucking fighting over a woman that isn't even his original woman. Like...
Do you remember what happened to Bray Wyatt when he fought Cena? Cena Wall. Cena fucking Wall.
Well, that's... I don't... He's so far from where he used to be. Like, and it is John Cena's fault. Everything.
Look. Face the truth. Join me, brother. Face the truth. The Cena Wall is strong. Fuck Triple H's fucking shovel. The Cena Wall. Nothing gets past it.
Save us, CrossFit Jesus, please.
Here's the thing with Ziggler is this is pretty much Ziggler's career at WWE. He is like the roller coaster where fans get behind him and then he gets over. Like legitimately gets over. Survivor Series last year, right? Ziggler got overshadowed by Sting, but I was still like, dude, Ziggler is an amazing wrestler. And I was telling Tyler that for like months before that, and then after that, you were like, okay, I see what you're saying.
If he gets out of this storyline and they give him something decent. He'll get everyone back. I mean, he's still a good wrestler. It's just this storyline is fucking garbage.
Right, but the issue now that we're in is, they keep alluding to the Attitude Era, and the one thing that everyone remembers about the Attitude Era is Stone Cold, The Rock, right? Mr. McMahon, Triple H, Mankind, Undertaker, Kane. You know, Nation of Domination. When you think of the Attitude Era, you think that. What you don't think about is, well, you might think about Sable, but
you forgot about Mr. Fuji and his choppy pee off and stuff, and those were great.
Val Venis has no penis. I used to love that fucking storyline. It was hilarious.
It was crazy.
But the thing is like, these are all things that when you think of the Attitude Era, that's what you think of, right?
Val Venus's penis, exactly. Now, now go ahead.
But what you're not remembering about the Attitude Era is Sable and Mark Marrow.
Yeah, that sort of seemed like
during the beginning of the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
There was at least, it felt like 6 fucking pay-per-views in a row where there was a Sable Mark Marrow storyline. While everything else is being built up in the background, that was the one constant for like a year and a half, 2 years, was this goddamn Sable Mark Marrow storyline. It was horrible.
It wasn't that bad.
It really was, though. It really was. Like, when you compare it to everything else that happened, that's overshadowed, right? But,
yeah, that's true.
But now they keep alluding to the Attitude Era. You know, like, whether it be a video game or video games. Like, how many fucking video games have they had where they focus on the Attitude Era or an Attitude Era character wrestler? You know what I'm saying? Like, they keep throwing that back in your face. They keep bringing guys back from the Attitude Era, whether it be Mark Henry, Big Show, Undertaker. Well, I guess Big Show and Mark Henry never really left. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh my God.
But they weren't even a part of the Attitude Era, really.
What about Goldust, man?
See, Goldust is one of those guys that when you think of the Attitude Era, you think of a couple matches, you think of his weird gimmicks. But he's like one of those guys that he came back and he fucking proved himself at an older age.
You forgot this line, Razor Ramon. You forgot about that.
That wouldn't be Attitude Era.
That's Attitude Era, no?
No, Attitude Era was like 98. Like, I would say it started like 98. Razor Ramon was like 93, 94.
Oh, right, that was in your house era, that's true.
Yeah. Like, that was the end of, like, the cartoon era, whenever Scott Hall and Kevin Nash came in.
Remember when Goldust kissed this big dude in the mouth and he started punching the fuck out of him? You forgot about that.
No, who was that?
What was his name? It wasn't Farouk. It was he used the red trunks. Used to talk real loud. I forgot his name.
Godfather?
He kissed him in the mouth. Let me
Johnson?
Go. Exactly, Ahmed Johnson. He kissed him in the mouth. Look at it on YouTube right now, and you'll see it. Funny shit.
I used to love fucking Ahmed Johnson. I hear the guy was like a fucking horrible wrestler, but for some reason
dangerous.
He just looks so powerful.
Mm-hmm. Everything he did was with intensity.
Yes. Yeah, he didn't make it long. He was very dangerous in the ring. What the fuck were we even talking about?
We were talking about Dolph Ziggler getting buried.
Okay, so we went from Dolph Ziggler to Ahmed Johnson.
It made sense. Well, I mean, it really did, because I was talking about how...
Speaking of getting buried, I got some Heath Slater and Jack Swagger news.
They're still around?
WWE.com had a poll. Actually, it wasn't a poll. It was an article. 5 superstars we want to see in NXT.
Oh my God, the motherfuckers.
And the 5 were Heath Slater, Jack Swagger, Sandow, Fandango. So those 4 are all pretty obvious, right? Who do you think the 5th was?
Before we get to the 5th, I don't think Sandow was the obvious choice.
No.
Sandow got over multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
He's like Cody Rhodes.
Exactly.
You give the guy a horrible gimmick, he will get it over with that crowd.
You give him chicken shit.
Job.
You give him chicken shit, and he'll give you chicken salad, man. He has the Midas touch.
Exactly.
I hear he's back to his old gimmicks, so.
Oh, thank God.
We'll see what fucking happens with that. I mean, they didn't push him too far with that gimmick, so maybe he needs to try something new.
You're gonna come back as a ballerina. Yeah.
So who's number 5?
I'll give you a hint. He's fucking horrible, and everyone wishes he would retire.
Big Show?
Correct.
It's because he's big and fat and sucks.
No.
So he was one of the ones. And I don't really get this article because they're like 5 superstars we want to see in NXT. What does that mean? Are they saying that NXT is something good to go to? Like it's a good thing to be demoted to NXT? Or I don't even know how to interpret that.
So with that, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw out like one of the things I was gonna review. Was the NXT panel that they had during SummerSlam. They just aired it this past week on the WWE Network. Is exactly what Triple H was talking about. Triple H at one point says, I don't use the word developmental when I'm describing NXT anymore. You know, he's like, NXT is not developmental. NXT is its own brand.
Yeah.
And if this WWE article is any kind of hint of what's to come, they're going to use it as the 3rd show because obviously Raw is always going to be number 1 in their eyes. Even if the ratings are shit compared to SmackDown if Paul Heyman's running it. And SmackDown will always be number 2 in their eyes because of that time that Paul Heyman was running it and it was doing really good. So now Triple H is running NXT and it's no longer developmental. So the best way to make it not developmental is to feed these other wrestlers through it. You know, so like Fandango, what the hell is he doing on the main roster? Jack shit.
Dancing?
Right, like he might come out for a Superstars appearance or a main event appearance. But he's sure as hell not coming out for a Raw appearance anytime.
Oh, hell no.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Raw's only 3 hours. How do you expect him to find time for Fandango?
Dude, I mean, we need that 30-minute promo at the beginning.
And then 30-minute in the middle.
Yeah.
And then an hour and a half of commercials. And then a half hour of replays. So we get about 30 minutes of actual wrestling?
Yes.
And then like 5 of that is actually good wrestling?
Sometimes.
So, pray to God.
Before I get to Big Show some more, fucking Triple H said, and I find this interesting, and I hope he actually goes through with it, was that something he's trying now with NXT versus what they're doing on the main roster is on NXT, when something is working with the fans, they go with it, even if he doesn't necessarily feel it's going to work.
That's the winning formula. Jesus Christ.
How fucking hard is that? Like, your customer wants this. Why do you give them that? Like, give them what they want. How hard is that?
Your customer wants poop. Give them shit. Give them fucking shit. Cow shit, dog shit, chicken shit. Give them shit. What the fuck is wrong with those guys? Lucha Underground had the best formula.
And the reason why their formula worked was it was fan-based.
Exactly.
And keep this in mind. If Lucha Underground comes back on, I mean, obviously it's coming back on for Season 2. But if El Rey Network puts Lucha Underground back on Wednesday nights, in theory, you could say that NXT is going up against Lucha Underground.
Wednesday Night Wars.
For sure.
Right. It's that.
Amen to that.
What did I say? I said to you, we were talking. I said, watch. In 5 years or 3 years or however fucking long, our show is not going to be on the WWE Network anymore. It's going to be on the Lucha Network because they're fucking going to take over.
Amen.
They are. If you go to any of those wrestlers' Twitter accounts, a couple of them will say on the Emmy-nominated Lucha Underground. You know, it's like...
Wait. You got to give WWE their props because an episode of CSI or Law and Order or fucking whatever show it was used some footage from WWE, and they were Emmy nominated as well.
It was Daily Show.
So Daily Show used footage from WWE, so that means WWE is not Emmy nominated as well by
default.
Default.
Yeah, but the thing was they weren't. This is sort of like a video that came out a couple months ago about Triple H. It was Max Landis, that video that he did where like he had like all the wrestlers being portrayed by like women actors.
Oh yeah, wrestling.
Wrestling is not wrestling.
Yes.
Wrestling is I remember that. That was awesome.
But it's sort of like that, like you know that scene where it's the Undertaker talking to Triple H. Or rather, Triple H is talking to Undertaker, you know, and but in this position, it would be WWE talking to Lucha Underground, and WWE would be like, "Well, we were sort of nominated for an Emmy, yeah, but we were nominated for an Emmy, yeah, but we were sort of like Jon Stewart was on our show and they showed that during the Emmys, so we were sort of on the Emmys, and that means that we were nominated for an Emmy." And Lucha Underground's like, you don't get how this works. You weren't nominated for an Emmy. You were nowhere near consideration. You know, and it's that same conversation in that video of Triple H being like, well, I almost beat you. Yeah, but you didn't beat me. But I almost did. No, but you didn't.
I got a couple good hits in.
Yeah, exactly. And those couple
I don't appreciate you talking about my deity like that.
No, but those couple good hits in this scenario, those couple good hits in this scenario is WWE getting Jon Stewart on one of their shows. That's their couple good hits in that scenario.
Yeah,
they're so pathetic.
Anyway, so the article on Big Show, it says they acknowledge that the fans chant "Please retire" when Big Show comes out. Now, I was surprised by that WWE actually acknowledged it. But then they go on to say, a 450-pound wrestler that is still performing sunset flips and climbing to the top rope should not be hanging up his boots. Now, I put on my fucking detective hat and did a little research into this shit. This big fat ass motherfucker has not climbed to the top rope in the last fucking 20 years. I don't know. I just checked last year. Anyway, and my extent of research was I looked at YouTube and looked for top rope Big Show. And guess what? Every single top rope Big Show video, I went through like fucking 50 pages. Every single one, he goes to the second rope. And I don't know why they're calling it top rope. His fat ass can't get to the top rope. But he does, I guess he does this elbow off the middle rope, which is fucking stupid. And then my 3-month-old fucking daughter, and she's not 3 months old, I'm just so fucking hysterical now because of this. My 1-year-old daughter could do a fucking sunset flip. So I don't see why a sunset flip consists of you basically rolling forward. How fucking hard is it to roll forward over someone? It's the easiest fucking thing in the world. But apparently, because Big Show can do these two things, his ironclad contract is still gonna, keep him strong in the WWE for the next 10, 15 years.
I think AJ what AG said on the pipe bomb, I think it applies more to the guys than the girls. I think some of them suck their way to the top. You know, I think so.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, because why would you keep that guy? What has he done recently? Memorable.
What has he done recently that's memorable?
Cry?
He has secured himself in the Hall of Fame by turning on John Cena at Survivor Series.
La-di-da.
But that's from Survivor Series.
Don't forget, he won the all-important Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy at WrestleMania. And you know how they fucking, anyone who wins that gets put over big time. I think he's won 4 matches since he won that fucking thing. And Cesaro, you see what they fucking did with him. So I bet you that tournament, that fucking thing doesn't... I don't even know if they'll do it this year. I mean, they might do it this year, but then it'll probably be done after that.
Well, they put it in the pre-show last year, didn't they?
Yeah, it was a pre-show.
It was something that you could look forward to.
But
and then Big Show had to win.
I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm going to run with Urban Ninja's theory that the male wrestlers are sucking off Vince McMahon. It might explain why John Cena does not want to get married or have kids. He might be a homosexual for Vince McMahon.
He's trying to get pregnant from the ass.
Yeah.
Get on that belly, Cena. That's why he has a big belly. He's getting filled up. Like a turkey.
Yeah, it's not steroids. It's Vince's fucking cum. Oh, my God.
Raw ratings.
Oh, fucking...
Yeah.
Raw's ratings have pretty much been on a nosedive since SummerSlam. Right? Like... And then they're like, well, you know, it's because Monday Night Football came back. They blamed it, like, on Labor Day. You know, like, they've just been pulling stuff out of their ass. Right? So
Vince was freaking out last week, and they're even down more this week.
Okay, so Monday's episode drew a 2.33 rating. Down from last week's 2.47 rating. And the show brought in 3.4 million viewers in 1 hour. And then after that, well, when I say 1 hour, I meant hour 1. Hour 2, it went to 3.3. And hour 3, it went to 3.1.
One reason for this, and I'm sure there's 100 reasons, but here's one reason. Who the fuck makes a TV show for little kids that's on in the middle of the fucking night, and it's 3 hours long, and you know kids only have a 2-second attention span. So why would you gear this towards little kids? That doesn't make any sense.
And here's the crazy thing. So, to put this into perspective for you, this is the lowest ratings since the show went to 3 hours in 2012. In the summer of 2012. And this is the lowest non-holiday rating since October of 97.
Oh my god.
Like,
I blame football.
Don't be surprised if we get Stone Cold Steve Austin back and fucking titties everywhere, because Vince is going into chaos mode soon, so they're gonna do something drastic soon.
Well,
he brought it on himself.
Stone Cold is scheduled to be on Raw on the same night that he's doing the podcast with Lesnar. He's going to be on Raw that night.
And fucking Brock Lesnar, he was only scheduled for X amount of pay-per-views or whatever, and Vince is shelling out extra money to get him onto the Hell in a Cell now.
Right. So it's like if you were to believe the dirt sheets, Vince is going all out for Hell in a Cell right now. That makes me wonder what the hell is going on. But with that being said, you can also see why they are starting to seriously take a look at NXT, not just Triple H going, this is a real brand, but this is why I think they're looking at NXT, because NXT is doing good. They had the match of the year with 2 women. You know, it is
Have you noticed? Haven't you noticed? Like, he has been the Triple H has been recruiting a lot of women recently, and getting bunch of people like all of a sudden, like a bunch of talent, like suddenly. I think something's gonna happen. Something good is gonna happen soon.
We can hope.
You know what they need to do? Fucking Charlotte versus Sasha versus Paige, or maybe even just Charlotte versus Sasha, Hell in the Cell match for the women's title. That's how you fucking kick into the overdrive with this Revolution. Because as long as they have Charlotte facing Nikki, those matches are going to be fucking garbage.
They are dumbing the fucking girls down to fit the skill level of those two twin bimbos.
And it's a fucking travesty.
You know what? I'm fucking glad it's happening. And I'm fucking glad Raw sucks. And you want to know why? Because they're a bunch of pussies. They don't have the stones in between their fucking legs to tell Vince, hey, motherfucker, this shit is fucking ruined. It's fucked. It's busted. We need to change. We need to evolve. But they are no, yes sir. We suck. Yeah, we suck. We need to take it. It's okay. Come on. You know, it's not even fun anymore to work there. Stone Cold said in the podcast that the locker room is like a fucking graveyard. You know, it's not competitive anymore like on the old days.
Millennials. Fucking millennials.
Fuck.
Gotta grab that brass ring.
Generation quitter. Jesus Christ.
But the thing is it's not... Okay, so you could easily go, okay, Vince, I understand what you're saying. Millennials have a different work ethic. And they really do. But with that being said, if you are going to blame it on millennials, the stereotype for millennials is a more creative work environment. Isn't it? Like, everything I've read about it?
They have the makings of a great future cast of the main roster. You got Cesaro, you got Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, Dean Ambrose, you got a ton of people that can do great things. It's not about work ethic. It's about pushing the right people, giving them proper stories. Not fucking Cesaro getting knocked out by Big Show. Come on. It's fucking retarded.
No, I agree. What was the one thing in the Attitude Era that the current product continues to do that the Attitude Era really didn't do? What was like the one thing that they had to do in the Attitude Era?
Show titties? I don't know.
Okay, well, beyond that. I was
thinking, go ahead.
Okay, so in the Attitude Era, you didn't really have legends coming out every other week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it was great to see Dusty Rhodes whenever he came out. It was great to see, you know, Ric Flair pop up every now and then. And right now, I don't mind Ric Flair being on TV because of his daughter.
I miss that guy.
You know, like, it makes sense why Flair is there right now. His daughter is there. You know, fucking bring out Bret Hart, Natty's there. There's a fucking purpose for them. But in the Attitude Era, not once were they, and this was all due to contracts, but not once were they bringing out these guys from the 80s every other week to try to bring ratings up. You know, the closest that they got was fucking Legion of Doom. And those guys were just there to push over newer talent.
Enhancement.
Exactly. And then they would have the NWA, didn't they? Like, the whole time that Cornette came out, like, in the early 98, like, mid-98.
With the fucking racket.
You know what needs to happen, right? And, okay, so here's what happened in the Attitude Era. So, WWE had all these fucking legends, or whatever you want to fuck. They had the Lex Luger, Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, etc. If those guys if there was no WCW and those guys would have stuck around, we'd be watching fucking Hulk Hogan until late 2010, fucking, if not later, just like we are with John Cena right now, because they would have gave two shits about the fucking up and comers, the Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels, Triple H. They wouldn't have cared about them. They would have we'd been watching Hulk Hogan for fucking another 20 years. But because there was a WCW and they stole all those old legends, they had to push the new guys. They had to let them fucking get off the chain a little bit and prove themselves. Now, that's what we need to happen now. Somebody needs to go to Lucha Underground, give them a fucking $1 billion check and say, hey, here's $1 billion, buy Randy Orton, buy fucking...
Don't do that to
whoever.
my Lucha.
Don't, please, no.
Well, I'm just saying.
I see what you're saying.
There needs to be a company. Maybe give TNA $1 billion. Give somebody money.
When you see Lucha Underground, believe me, you forget all about Randy Orton. You forget all about Cena. It's so beautiful down there. You forget about WWE. Wait until episode 3. You'll forget everything.
But the one thing that you won't forget about WWE is the whole time that you're watching like a Johnny Mundo fight, you're like, I was never excited to see John Morrison until now.
That's true. I agree.
And it's great though because you have a company who really started up out of nowhere.
What about Alberto Del Rio? Who the fuck cared about him?
Exactly.
And in Lucha Underground, he's like the next thing next to God.
Right.
And he fights awesome. What the fuck?
Right. And
you know what?
That's the thing is right now Lucha Underground is in that weird state where they are still building a brand. Mm-hmm. They are happy to grab their Del Rios. They're happy to grab their John Morrisons. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they're not going to go after. Like, I don't see them ever being the company to go after the Randy Orton.
Yeah. Well, my point was somebody needs to force WWE's hand and something needs to happen to get rid of John Cena, Randy Orton, all those older guys, so that they're forced to push these new guys, give them opportunities to shine without a fucking script, give them good storylines, and get these ratings back up.
It will happen. It will happen.
Yeah, and what it's going to be is I would like to say it's going to be Ring of Honor, but let's be serious about it. Ring of Honor has no money.
Nope.
You know, they're run by Sinclair, a fucking like syndication cable company type thing, right?
Yeah.
They're not going to do it. But it would have to be someone like Ring of Honor, someone like TNA to do that. Or fucking do it themselves. Resurrect WCW on the WWE network. And that's where you put your Randy Ortons. That's where you put your John Cenas. They're still working for you.
They need Heyman on fucking SmackDown again. They need Heyman on fucking SmackDown. They need to resurrect SmackDown.
That would make
That's the only way.
Sense. And they're like,
that would be they don't have to take any money. You can use the people down there. That's what basically happened. They used the rejects of Raw and put them on SmackDown.
But do you think Heyman? Because let's be honest, right now Heyman is making how much money to really do nothing?
just to talk.
You know. I'm just saying, like,
give him his credit. The guy's fucking promos are the best thing about Raw.
I'm not saying that. But all I'm saying is if you were making the money that he's making right now, because I imagine that he's making a decent living right now as Brock Lesnar's, what does he call himself?
Advocate.
Yes. You know, so he's making a decent living off of that right now, right?
Yeah.
If this was you, would you want to take that money and just go out in the ring every week, every other week, do a promo for about 5-10 minutes, go backstage, drink a beer, or whatever the hell Heyman does, or deal with all of the headaches of the McMahons breathing down your neck, going, you're doing that wrong. But the ratings are going up.
First of all, you're assuming they're going to give him a choice.
He didn't quit. He was fired.
Right. They're never going to put him back in the writing booth.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if they wanted to do that, it wouldn't be about the money. It would be, you're doing this Period.
He loves it. He loves it.
Yeah.
You can tell. He loves that shit. You can tell.
He loves the business.
He loves it.
But with that being said, he's in a position right now where does he really even need to do that?
Nope. Not at all. He's doing great.
And with his association with Brock Lesnar, I don't see them taking him away from Lesnar anytime soon.
Oh, no way.
You know,
no, sir.
Because let's face it, Lesnar is not good on the mic.
He doesn't need a mic.
Exactly. But if you take away Heyman, now the guy sort of needs a mic.
Yeah.
You know, and he's not the best on the mic. You don't want to show any kind of weakness for Brock Lesnar, especially right now in his career.
Yeah.
And
but we're forgetting he was good in the Attitude Era when he was talking. He was good. He wasn't bad. He used to smack Kurt Angle around everywhere. And
he wasn't bad. But I also, I don't know, when it comes to mic skills, I kind of hold him to Paul Heyman level.
It's his voice, man. Imagine, let's do this. Imagine Paul Heyman's voice inside Brock Lesnar's body. Imagine that. A fucking god.
Oh, yeah, that would be amazing.
Imagine that. Paul Heyman as a wrestler. He would rule the division with that mouth alone.
With John Cena's recuperation ability?
Oh, regeneration, AGH.
So let's build the perfect wrestler here. So Paul Heyman's promos, Brock Lesnar's body, John Cena's regeneration. Whose moveset would we go with?
Daniel Bryan.
That would actually be good.
Daniel Bryan, man, risky as shit.
And risky as shit and technical.
Oh yeah, very technical. There's nothing better than a big guy using technical moves. It makes him look so much fucking better.
Yeah, I was gonna say Daniel Bryan or maybe Kurt Angle.
Oh yeah, Kurt Angle is the fucking man. Too bad he was using alcohol and shit. He was the fucking man.
And with the energy of Enzo Amore.
Ooh, fuck. I'm getting goosebumps.
Just think about that, dude. Just imagine this weird, fucked up flipper baby wrestler that we created. Just fucking running out doing a moonwalk like Enzo. On the mic like Paul Heyman. Built like Lesnar. Who the hell is gonna fuck with you?
I'm gonna be so fucking rich.
So, speaking of Brock Lesnar, do you want to go over our predictions for Madison Square Garden on the network?
Yes. Yes, I almost completely forgot about that after I was telling you about this earlier today. That we need to do it. Yeah, let's do this shit.
Alright, so let's see here. Oh my god. Randy Orton versus Sheamus. I haven't seen this in weeks.
I'm really hoping this is the first match, just so I can just fast forward through it real quick and call it a day.
Does it matter who wins this?
No. You have to be professional and you have to endure the pain so other people doesn't have to.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm going to fast forward it. It's going to be great.
I'm gonna go Randy Orton on this because they're sort of setting him up for a feud with the Bray Wyatt as well, but I don't know what the fuck they're doing with that, but I don't know. I was Randy Orton. Who fucking cares?
I'm going with Sheamus because he looks stupid and Viz likes him.
I just don't care.
Alright, so one Orton, one Sheamus, and one don't care. Sounds about right. The New Day versus the Dudley Boys for the Tag Team Championship.
Oh,
New Day.
Yeah.
New Day.
New Day. Whew.
Yeah, they're not going to give up the belt yet. They're going to.
I hope they don't. I hope they don't.
That's a WrestleMania match waiting to happen.
I hope they never give up the belt to the Dudleys.
Never.
And if they do give it up to the Dudleys, it's not going to. I hope it doesn't happen at a pay-per-view. I hope it happens on the Raw before a pay-per-view, and then that sets up the match for that pay-per-view, and then they just get it right back that week.
See, I have no problem with people giving up belts because Yeah, like for example, if they give up the belt now, and then they get it back, now they're the three-time tag team champions. You know.
Right.
Because when you look back, they always say, "Oh, remember the New Day? They were the X amount tag team champions." They don't, you know. So the quicker they lose the belt, the quicker they can get it back and improve their standing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Like I get that, and it also gives them more of a reason to be in that ring. You know, it gives them motive, like that kind of thing.
I have no problem of them giving the belts up if they get it back later on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's just my thing of I don't want to see the Dudley Boys get it. Because I want to see the Dudley Boys as an enhancement team.
Yeah. They're going to get it, though. They're 1 away from 10 time, I think. So they're going to get that for the even 10.
Yeah. They should be teaching New Day how to fucking wrestle table matches and all that good stuff, you know, for the future generation. I think that's their role.
Yeah, and honestly, with New Day, the one thing that I feel like has been kind of overshadowed lately when I think of New Day, just because when I think of a great promo that's happening on current wrestling TV or WWE TV, it is New Day. Like, that's what I think of. I think of their matches as fun, entertaining matches. Because, you know, you have Xavier Woods there just egging on the other team the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
He's sort of like the modern-day Jimmy Hart in a really weird, fucked-up way. You know what I mean? Like, he just instigates stuff.
Do you know another sign that we're headed back towards the Attitude Era? Is we're getting back in the stables. So, for example, the New Day is our generation's Nation of Domination, sort of. And then you have the Wyatt family, our nation's Ministry. And then once Enzo and Cass come up, they could set up the next DX, I think. So
yeah,
it could be good here in a few, especially once Enzo and Cass come up. Which, what the fuck are they doing with them lately? They're fucking burying them to death.
Who, Enzo?
Enzo and Cass, yeah.
No, they're not. They're not getting buried. They're doing good, actually. I saw them wrestle NXT this morning, and they're doing good.
They just lost to Joe and Finn. They're out of the tournament. And then, and then before that, they lost to fucking the Mechanics.
Right. I think right now their role is because if you look at the NXT roster, I've been watching NXT like loyally since WWE Network came on, pretty much, right? And it was out of necessity of I'm going to get my money's worth out of this thing, and I'm tired of watching old Raws from 1993. You know, I mean, yeah, all the pay-per-views were there, but I wanted to see something new, and NXT was the answer to that. So if you look at the current NXT roster, Enzo and Cass are right at that cusp of overstaying their welcome there.
Yeah, I think they're about to come up.
You know, so right now they are the enhancement guys. You know what I'm saying? It's like Samoa Joe, he's been in the business for a decade longer, you know, but he's new to the NXT roster. So you're going to have him take the win, or you're going to have Balor take the win over the, you know, Enzo Cass team. And on top of that, really, who do you think would lose against Finn Balor right now in this tag team tournament? Like if you look at it on paper, do you want one of these new guys to beat your champion?
Nope.
Well, he didn't have to lose a match. If they would have went with what I was talking about last week, if Joe and Finn turned on each other, then that you know, they lose the match without looking weak, and then you set up a title match.
And that could still very well happen.
Yeah, but why do you have to fucking lose, you know, get Enzo and Cass out of the tournament to do that, you know? They could have went over the fucking Mechanics.
Man, I was okay with them losing, and now you're making me feel like shit.
Well, no. Don't feel like shit yet. Don't feel like shit yet. You know who else is out? And really, like, I have not really seen... Yeah, exactly. Like, I haven't seen the Takeover card yet. I haven't really looked too hard for it. But with that being said, Enzo Cass are both out, and the Vaudevillains are both out.
One thing before you guys go to the next match. Did you see that finisher though? Did you examine it closely? That muscle buster and then that stomp. Wasn't that something made in heaven?
Oh, from the main event one?
No, the NXT one.
Yeah.
He did a muscle buster, and then he started flying like. Bah! It was beautiful. I haven't seen something like that since the last episode of Lucha Underground.
Yeah, they do sort of work well together, but we'll see what happens with that. I still think one of them's going to turn on the other.
You smell a rivalry there. I know you are.
Well, we'll get more into that in a minute once we talk about TakeOver. But for this, let's see. Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho for the IC Championship. It's got to be Owens. They're not going to take the belt off him that fast.
What's the point with this one?
Jericho.
I listened to Jericho's podcast after SummerSlam, and he was like, "Oh, like you guys were all surprised," and he's like, "There might be more of me coming in, or there might not." Like, he's just trying to play it off like, something big is building, and it very well could be, or it could just be Jericho just hyping whatever for whatever reason on his podcast. Keep listeners coming back. Maybe he'll give more info, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to let Kevin Owens lose right away.
It wouldn't make sense.
It really wouldn't.
Oh, no, it wouldn't. It would suck. I'm with Owens.
Now, if Ambrose had the IC title and they were going against each other, that would make sense. But there's no story at all involved in this. It's just random. So, and this gets back to what I always complain about when I go to live events is, why the fuck you going to put the title on the line? Because then you know immediately who's going to win the match. They could have easily made this a non-title match, and then Chris Jericho could end up winning. Like, you don't know who could win,
Well, what's weird about that statement, because I've thought about this, and I've, went back and I've, looked at, championship reigns and stuff, and ones that are not acknowledged. So, pretty much, it's acknowledged if you have the belt on TV 99% of the time. Right? So, I think there's, one guy who won it on TV, and then they just didn't acknowledge it for whatever reason. But...
What do you mean, winning it on, a house show?
Right. So, but, if it's a house show, and this is very much a house show, don't fool yourself. This is exactly like the Beast in the East thing. Where it was a house show and they decided, hey, we could make money off it, Lesnar's going to be there.
Yeah.
I have no issues with them doing this. None. I enjoy it. It's, why not? This is going to be a special event now.
But every single match is a rematch, except Big Show and Lesnar.
It is. But...
Well, Owens Jericho isn't a rematch, but that one's obvious Kevin Owens is going to win, so that's not entertaining.
Right, but generally speaking, the history of the belt at house shows is, let's say they've kind of changed this over time, but let's say they're in St. Louis tonight and they put the belt on the line. Years and years ago, at one point, the belt was really on the line. And you would be able to be like, I remember when this guy won the title. Well, the very next night, that title would go back to the guy that had it on TV last. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, they did used to do that kind of stuff, but now it's
more or less... They used to do that with the hardcore title. They'd just fucking, let it change hands on the house show, and then it wouldn't fucking matter, because then the champion would just get it right back, It could change hands that easy. And then I also remember hearing about like certain belts getting changed hands, and then Teddy Long or whatever would come out and be like, "Restart the match," blah blah blah. So they could do that as well, but they don't really do that anymore.
Right.
That way, hey, this person won the match, so it was believable, it's fun, whatever. But then, the champion ends up getting his belt back because screw finish, but whatever. But that's better than I'd rather have a screw finish where the good guy sort of looks like he won, versus the good guy never had a fucking chance in hell because the bad guy had a belt and it was on the line.
Right.
But I don't know. Well, we need to move this along a little bit. So Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev, fucking rematch, doesn't really matter. Probably gonna go. I'll probably go Rusev on this. Probably. And then John Cena versus Seth Rollins for the U.S. title in a steel cage match.
Cena's gonna win that one.
Yeah, for sure. He's not gonna lose the belt.
There's t-shirts to sell.
Yeah, plenty of t-shirts left. And finally, Brock Lesnar versus Big Show. If Big Show wins this match clean, I will eat a can of cat food live on our show next week.
You jinxed it.
Well, do you think they're really going to let Lesnar lose after SummerSlam?
Nope.
Not to fucking Big Show.
Exactly.
Not the Big Show.
I've seen him do worse things.
Lesnar's gonna hit him again with fucking chairs until he fucking pukes blood again.
So Beasts in the East 2.0 this Saturday, I believe.
Which, honestly, I'm excited for these kind of events. This is exactly what the WWE Network needs.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
It's exclusive content.
Mm-hmm.
Like they always are NXT only on WWE Network, but they're not telling you it's also Hulu.
Hulu Plus.
Right. So they might as well do this the right way and have fun with it. Like, come on, you're putting hours on your network, so now you can say, look, we have even more content and it's exclusive. And house shows, I enjoy watching because that's where a lot of good matches happen that you would not normally expect. So, more power to them for doing this. I just think it's funny that they're only doing it when Lesnar's around.
I have one question. So what happens after Lesnar grills and destroys and eats Big Show? So what's next? He's going for the title? Is he going... What's the direction do you think that's going to happen next?
Hell in the Cell versus The Undertaker.
Oh my god, why?
They announced it at Night of Champions.
I missed it. Jesus Christ. I would have been real sad. Undertaker's gonna fucking die this time.
Yeah, probably. So I will be watching to pay my respects to the dead man one last time.
Have you seen that meme that says that is sort of like Batman played, and he says, "Sir, you have given them everything," and and the Undertaker says, "Not everything, not yet."
Yeah, Undertaker's gonna go until he dies in the ring.
I respect him a lot for that, and I hope he gets better health and he does better and he wrestles good, but he needs to take care of himself, man. Brock Lesnar's gonna drop him on his fucking head, and it's not gonna be fun.
We'll see. It should be an entertaining match. Hopefully Undertaker survives, but we'll see. But we don't have Undertaker and Sting to look forward to anymore.
Oh.
Because he's fucking about to fucking die.
Isn't he gonna get his spine fused?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
He had the same problem that Stone Cold had after the Owen pile driver.
Interesting. I'm not sure. I know he didn't break any bones, and I thought that Stone Cold actually did break his neck.
Let's go to the Bleacher Report and find out.
But while you're doing that, do you have the NXT card by any chance, Tyler?
Yeah, let's go over this real fast. So, Apollo Crews versus Tyler Breeze. I don't think Breeze will be the first one to beat Crews. What do you think?
That's up in the air. Like, really, like, Breeze is getting a good following, and Crews has a good following, and still getting a good following. So, I think if Breeze does win, they are going to make Crews look really good. You know, because NXT does do that stuff right, where it's like, this guy is going to look amazing even if he loses. Especially at one of their takeovers.
Yeah, I could see it's sort of up in the air, but I gotta go Crews on this one.
I'll go Tyler. I got the news on the Sting thing.
Okay.
Okay, I'll read it right quick. I hope my English doesn't break on me. Please, English, don't fail me now. It says here, Sting comments on injury diagnosis and how he felt during Rollins' match. It says, Sting opened up about his injury, saying, I am a little banged up, but otherwise I feel good. Pretty standard after wrestling a match like that. Peer Greg Atkins of WWE.com, Sting went further into detail. Bottom line, I had tingling numbness down both arms, all the way to my fingertips, and then later in the match, I just felt wrong, whatever it was, and this time the tingling and the numbness went down to both my arms and into my legs. I couldn't feel my legs too as well. They just felt like rubber. I don't know how to describe it. I had to go down on all fours, and I took a minute to take composure. I was a little worried long term. Well, I'm just going to take care of the short term first and see how the long term plays out. It also says he went on to say he was in a neck brace out like a light at the hospital after the match. Sting said doctors mentioned cervical spinal stenosis, but that's only part of what he said. Sting paraphrased what the doctor who checked him out told his wife, Pierre Atkins, he's going to have to get this dealt with. He's lucky he walked out of there. That's it.
Don't worry, guys. I have under good authority that the WWE medical staff is top-notch, and they have a highly packed stock of Z-Packs for Sting, so he will be just fine. Don't worry.
They'll do the Cena treatment. They'll give him regeneration powers. HGH.
They'll just give him the blood of John Cena. They're
my God. I want that blood.
We're going to have a wheelchair match, Sting versus Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my God. That would be horrible.
They just will each other out to the fucking ring, and then they get steel chairs and just bash each other's heads in until someone falls out of their wheelchair.
Ric Flair's a special referee.
Jesus Christ. I bet it will sell like a motherfucker, too.
Oh, God.
And Ric Flair's brain is so damaged he can't even count to 3 to finish the match.
Oh, no, he'll just be drunk. And then they'll blame JR for it.
And JR's already fired, so.
They'll be like, damn it, JR. Oh, fuck.
JR, you can't sell your barbecue sauce anymore on our site. You fucked it up again. But
Oh. It says here, Cena is out of the panorama for personal reasons for various weeks.
Interesting.
Uh-oh.
So wait, he's out of this Saturday?
That's what it says here. We gotta research that.
Huh. Well, they gotta have Seth Rollins face somebody. Who you think that'll be?
I think what's going to happen is Cena's going to commit to his dates. You know what I'm saying? Like Cena's like one of those guys that he doesn't want to let his fans down.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a death in the family.
Didn't you say you found something funny on him on these past few weeks?
That I found with something what?
Yeah, you found something funny on Cena, like his belly got a little bit swollen.
That is true.
Maybe something's going on behind the scenes that we don't know about.
Maybe he's pregnant from Vince McMahon and he's got to take 9 months off.
Yeah.
Clone that fucker.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so NXT.
So NXT, Asuka versus Dana Brooke. Now the question is not who will win this match, is will Dana Brooke be took away in a stretcher? Because
She's gonna get hit so hard.
she's gonna get fucked up. And you know what's sad is I bet Asuka is gonna have to slow down so much to keep pace with Dana Brooke. And so hopefully Dana Brooke doesn't ruin the match just
They're
by
gonna
being part of it.
They're gonna do a Hideo on her. I have a bad feeling about this.
And what it comes down to is like with Atami is, Atami is a fast wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're putting him in a ring with someone like Baron Corbin, you're not going to be able to do the fast wrestling.
It's gonna look like shit.
Right. Like, I always use this fucking example, but it's going to be like that Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns Fastlane match.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Daniel Bryan doing all this crazy shit and Roman Reigns just standing in the middle going, what the fuck just happened?
I didn't know you could do that move. What is that move?
Yeah, it's like, what? This is a...
You gotta show me that one later.
Right.
Suck at that, son. You're fast.
Yeah. You know, but I think that's what's going to happen. But with this one, this could actually go one of two ways. And when I say one of two ways, either way Asuka's going to win. I like to believe. But I could see this being the match that Nia Jax comes out in, unless she's in a match already.
Mm-hmm.
Or this will be the match that will put Dana Brooke over in the eyes of the wrestling fans. Even if she loses, depending on how bad she loses to how decent she looks against someone like Asuka.
You know what I want? I want them both to look excellent because Dana, if you haven't noticed, Dana is looking even buffer, like bigger. Her arms look fucking awesome. Emma has been getting thin. Like, she has been losing muscle mass.
I want fucking Emma. That's what I want.
Emma's beautiful, but she lost a lot of muscle mass. Damn it.
But I think she'd be okay. I think putting Emma in that kind of match would be good.
Mm-hmm. Emma would do great.
Emma's fast. Dana Brooke isn't. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I was able to book that match, I would throw fucking Emma versus Asuka. Let them go at it.
We might see that match next as the follow-up, so we'll see.
Right.
But
I agree.
Do you guys fucking love Emma's music? Because I fucking love Emma's music.
It's beautiful. I liked it. I listened to it today.
Yeah. Well, I'm just happy whenever Emma's around.
Yeah.
To be honest. well, no. It's like when I see Emma, I see memories of Emma doing great things before that whole Walmart iPad case debacle.
Walmart killed her. She should sue Walmart. She should sue them.
Another reason to hate Walmart. Not that I didn't have enough.
Ugh.
So next match.
Okay, so the tag tournament. We got Balor and Joe versus the Mechanics. And then on the other side, Jason Jordan, Chad Gable versus Baron Corbin and Rhino. So how do you think this is going to play out?
Balor, Joe versus Gable and Jordan.
Yeah, I'm leaning that way because it's hard to say because you got to have a face versus heel team in the finale, right? And Balor and Joe are the only face team left, it looks like, because Chad Gable and Jason Jordan are sort of heel right now, aren't they? Or are they sort of tweeners?
Tweeners.
I
would throw them in the tweeners.
They're in between.
Yeah, so I think Balor and Joe are going to turn on each other. It's just the question of will it be this match or will it be in the finals? Probably in the finals to highlight it.
Yep.
So so it should probably be Balor and Joe versus. See, I don't know. They might do Corbin and Rhino.
It wouldn't make sense.
You know, I would like that. I would like for Corbin to get the experience to face two great legends, you know? I would like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jason Jordan, Chad Gable against Finn Balor and Joe, and then Jason Jordan, Chad Gable win the whole thing.
Which is perfect because the thing about Corbin and Rhino is that's a made up team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a team that's specifically for this event.
Yeah.
But Gable and Jordan, that's a team that started before this event.
That's true.
Because really, Jordan was not doing good until he was teamed up with Gable. Jordan by himself, it wasn't looking good for the guy.
Like Darren Young and Titus O'Neil?
Exactly. Like, you separate these guys.
See, that's the sign of a good tag team. You're stronger together than separate. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Whereas Corbin and Rhino, they're fine separate.
Ask Roman Reigns.
Right.
So,
you know, but I mean, 5 years from now, who knows? Like, one of those guys could be the next Stone Cold. You know,
Amen.
you get your experience with your tag team partner. You work the ropes. You do all that shit that you need to. And as you're doing that, you're building your own fan base, obviously.
Exactly.
That's why like a team like the Ascension kind of fucked themselves over.
I don't know who it would be, either Jason Jordan or Chad Gable, but one of those guys is going to be fucking huge in like 5-10 years.
What about those two guys from TNA?
Which guys?
Wait, let me get the comments that we were talking about.
Oh, are you talking about the guys that were on NXT today?
Yeah.
Or last night? Oh, we'll get to that in here in a second. So, is there any more matches for
the fucking match of the year?
The
Bayley versus Sasha, 30-minute Iron Man match.
Oh yeah, man! I would just love to hear like one of them come out to like Iron Maiden.
Oh my god!
just as like, you know, like that whole like play. But really, none of their gimmicks or characters would work with, like, you know...
Yeah, it wouldn't fit.
An Iron Maiden song. But, oh my god.
That would be
could
great.
Work for, like, Bayley, maybe.
Welcome to NXT Iron Maiden match.
Yeah, and then you just hear, like, Trooper just fucking smack dab in the middle. Like, it wouldn't work with either of them. But, goddamn, that would be epic.
They could play it as an intro song, not necessarily one of their, you know, entrance songs.
Right.
But I gotta go with Bayley. I know you still subscribe to the theory that Sasha could win, but I don't think. I think they gotta keep it on Bayley.
Bayley's gonna be the new John Cena on the women's division. You'll see.
I'm okay with that right now. Now, in 5 years from now, that's going to be a different conversation, I'm sure. But right now, I'm totally okay with that. But as Tyler was saying, like, I do subscribe to the idea that Triple H is pushing NXT, as I said earlier, as its own brand and not as developmental. So, with that being said, why couldn't Sasha get the belt again? And then, after that fucking Nikki Charlotte thing ends, she's in a match with, what's her face, Charlotte, because I don't see Nikki getting the belt back anytime soon. You know, so if those two are in a match together for the belt, for the Divas belt, Sasha gets it, and Sasha's just like, hey, this is a unified belt. Instantly, women's championship belt right back in WWE. Everyone's happy. And then NXT has to get a new belt.
That could work. So, I don't know. I have to see. I'm sure this is going to be a fucking awesome match. Really looking forward to it. Out of both of these pay-per-views, this is the match I'm looking forward to the most, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
This will be made for legends.
It will be.
And they don't even have these fucking women in the game. coming out. That's so sad. Ridiculous.
They're not including them as DLC? Because I placed a complaint on 2K. I told them about it.
Yeah, they
I'm sure they will listen.
And made DLC for you.
$24.99, bitch.
I don't know. Well, yeah, as far as I know, they're not even planning to be DLC right now.
No, they're not. I heard about, like, Savio Vega's going to be on the new game.
Yeah, we got rooms for Savia Vega, but the women's champ?
Fuck the girls. Fuck the girls. Fuck your hopes and dreams.
Alright, so, you want to get into our reviews now?
Let's take a quick break, and we will do that.
Come face the music with us.
Hey, I'm Joe.
Hey, it's Amy.
And this is the Face the Music podcast commercial.
On our podcast, we talk to musicians to find out what makes them tick.
So if you love music
and want to know more about your favorite local musicians,
then check us out at facethemusicpodcast.com.
That's facethemusicpodcast.com.
That's facethemusicpodcast.com.
So check us out every Thursday for new releases.
You can also subscribe on Stitcher and iTunes. Enjoy the episodes.
Are we done yet?
Creature Feature, a bone-chilling podcast of depraved horror. Creature Feature. If you suffer from a heart condition, avoid Creature Feature. Chunky Larry plunges new depths of terror in Creature Feature. Listen if you dare. Available on Stitcher, iTunes, and Feedburner at geeksoftheindustry.com.
Movies need only three things. Badasses.
You tell me who you want done, and I'll do the hell out of it.
A chick with drive who don't take no jive.
Boobs.
Do you know that the female breast, known to be the source of life since Eve, can be deadly weapons?
And body counts.
Body count. The mathematics of murder and menace.
The BB&BC podcast discusses lesser-known action, exploitation, and horror cult cinema. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher Smart Radio, and SoundCloud by searching for BB&BC Podcast. You can also listen to each episode directly on the show's website at badassesboobsandbodycounts.com.
Got the goddamn message? Let's go to work. Wrestling soup, motherfucker.
Wrestling soup, motherfucker.
It's wrestling soup, motherfucker. Pay attention. Wrestling soup, motherfucker.
Wrestling soup, motherfucker.
Like, this shit sucks, but I know it's good for me, you know.
Motherfuckers. You kept on caressing Triple H's cock.
There's only two kinds of men. Ones that have raped and ones that haven't raped yet.
Yes. And you had to go bust flip.
WrestlingSoup.com.
And we're back. Guys, let's talk about some NXT.
NXT. Let's see what we can be.
Okay,
on
so
NXT.
NXT this week was actually really... I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I really did.
It was fun.
It was. What was the first match? Like, I'm horrible with this shit.
Like, Joe and Finn versus Cass and Enzo for the Dusty tournament.
Right. And we already talked about this earlier. Like, Enzo Cass lost. It was a good fight, I thought. Like, it wasn't bad.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah, it was a fine fight. Nothing wrong with it.
They didn't get buried. They had to fight for that win, though.
Yeah. And then after that, we had Johnny Gargano versus Apollo Crews. And I knew Crews was going to win, but Johnny put on a good match.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
He really did.
This guy was pulling out moves left and right that I've never seen.
I never, I didn't expect it from him. Never expected it.
I'm not surprised.
I think I read somewhere that Johnny called somebody out in, I don't know, Ring of Honor or one of the fucking leagues he's in. And basically he said, oh, if I lose, then I'm fucking out forever. So basically he's going to lose, and then I think that's setting up the fact that, hey, I'm in NXT now. So he's looks like he's making his moves to depart from these other companies.
Good. I mean, this is a guy that is entertaining on television.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's that fucking submission that he did with the ropes?
Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
We need to get that name. It was badass.
Yeah, like that was just instantly, I was like, dude, you belong on.
It's like a tarantula hold or something like that, I think it's called. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's like the same concept, except he's using the rope. It's like...
Yeah.
It's great, though.
I think Tajiri used to do something like that. Sorta. But anyway, it was fucking awesome, though.
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to what he's gonna do. Between him and Ciampa, which Breeze versus Ciampa was also a very good match.
Oh, my favorite match.
So, out of them two, I think Johnny's gonna end up doing better simply because he has the look of a superstar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ciampa's got that badass look, which I like, but I think Johnny's gonna go farther. He's got a little bit more charisma. He's got that look of a pretty boy that they love.
He's gonna be a babyface.
If only he was a little bit taller, he could be fucking shoot to the moon,
But not only that, but Johnny has speed over Ciampa.
Yeah.
Ciampa has power and technique.
He does have power. And they're a great tag team together.
Yeah.
Like, I really do enjoy them as a tag team.
I want to see them on a tag team fighting because you sold it to me like they're very good and I got to see them fight.
Yeah, it's like you saw them separately. They're good.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And
very
if
impressive.
you go back to a couple weeks ago, whenever they did win their match to go to the next round for the Dusty Rhodes Classic, it was a surprise match. Like, it was just like, holy shit, these guys actually won. And it was impressive. There was this one move that they did, I was like, what? What was that? Like, it's good wrestling.
Yeah, they're doing stuff to put themselves out there, excel, make themselves stand out, which you don't see too often.
Exactly, and it also really helps, like the Gargano Cruz match. That match, I think that match. The reason why it works so well is both of these guys have worked together for years. It's sort of like seeing Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens.
Really?
Well, yeah, it's like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. They're guys that have worked together for years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they get in NXT, they put on great matches.
Yeah.
Apollo Crews versus Gargano, same concept. They've worked the indies for years, and they've worked together for years. So you have that same chemistry of these guys who trust each other automatically. Now it's almost like second nature. Where if you go back and you watch that match, it's dead on, point for point. They know how to work together. So this was great booking on NXT. Like, that's really one of the reasons why this was one of my favorite matches.
Yeah. And then if we skip ahead to the Breeze Ciampa match, that match again, obviously Breeze was going to win, but they made it believable, throughout and put on a good story. And then Breeze with his new finisher.
Yeah.
The Unprettier. Fucking perfect move for him.
It is. It's not a kick.
Yeah, it's a lot better than this shitty little spin kick that looked like it had.
What I liked about Breeze on the ending of that match was that he was fighting his style, like the pretty style, and then he got mad. He forgot about his hair. He forgot about his pretty moves, and he went on him, like beating him on him, like a rabid dog. You know, he won. He was like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here." It was fucking perfect, like Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, he's got personality in the ring, so he's gonna get big eventually. He's definitely got the ability and the personality to do so. So let's skip back a match to Billy Kay and Peyton Royce versus Brooke and Emma.
Horrible match. Dana did everything she could to fucking hold that shit together, and then she did a fucking. She was gonna jump off the second rope, and she fell on her fucking head. It was a bad botch.
Yeah, that was a bad botch. I don't know. I sort of like her a little bit. She's definitely got a lot of improvement to do, but her little kicks she does are okay. They're different.
Too slow. No intensity.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
let's call it like it is, man. No intensity, none at all. They need intensity.
She ain't hype.
You know, like I do like Peyton Royce and what's the other girl's name?
Billy Kay.
I like them as a team. You know, and it makes sense for them to actually have a team to go up against Dana Brooke and Emma.
You know what's fucking crazy is that the NXT tag team division is so good that they even fucking have women tag teams. Like, how's that?
They're
like
strong.
You know, and with you know, this Peyton Royce team, they're new to NXT. You know, so this is one of those matches where you could tell this is developmental.
Yeah, you're right. Can't blame him.
And Dana Brooke is one of those people who is finally starting to try wrestling moves. Her intro was god awful.
Yeah.
It was horrible. I mean, there's no other way around it, right? Like, it was just, why is this happening? Right? And now you're looking at her going, well, she's not horrible. She's looking a little more comfortable in the ring, but not comfortable enough. And that's really what you're seeing with Dana Brooke, in my opinion, right now. You know, it's like, can she get better? Yes. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens when they take Emma away.
What about that Emma intro? Oh, did you see when she was like handing that hand to the kid and then she went like, too slow?
Emma's spot on as a heel right now.
Oh, she
really looks so different.
She does. It's called makeup.
Oh, no. But her mannerisms, like, it's not the same person. Like, she was a heel on a few months back, but she wasn't behaving like this. She's, like, used to it now. Like, she don't give a shit. She's hating on you, and she's like, I'm bored with you guys.
Right.
And she was genuinely pissed with the two girls because they were slow as shit.
Yeah. I believe she was.
I'm watching the match right now, and she looks pissed as shit.
But that was NXT, wasn't it?
Yep.
That's about it.
There was the Bayley-Sasha promo leading up for Wednesday, and that was fine.
And William Regal showed them, Emma and Dana showed them the video of Axa smacking a heavy bag, and she was like, good luck with that.
Yeah. I think you're going to start seeing the ending of the Emma Dana Brooke.
I thought they should have ended that way back when they was in that four-way match.
Oh, they should have.
But whatever. So you want to talk about Total Divas next?
Yeah, let's talk about some Total Divas. Let's get this one out of the way real quick. Season finale. So that's something. So I know George will be happy to hear that it's the season finale. Because...
Don't worry. We will go back and review last season again, just for the fun of it.
I think we should start with episode 1. Episode 1, just keep the dream alive.
Because there was a lot of episodes that occurred before we started our show, right? So.
Oh yeah, there's seasons that occurred before we started our show. So
yeah. Gotta keep our fans interested in this, right?
Yeah.
Gotta keep them happy.
Fuck Lucha Underground, man. Let's go to Total Divas. That's where the action's at.
It really is. So really, I wished I could sit down and make fun of this episode as much as I really wanted to, and traditionally do. Here's the rundown. Dolph Ziggler hits on Nikki Bella.
Ugh.
Okay, there's one side of the story. Paige decides that she doesn't want to get engaged.
Yeah, that's story 2.
Story 2. Now, let's get to the good part of Total Divas. And I'm saying this kind of reluctantly that it's the good part, but it was the most interesting part. And it's something that I can't really make fun of as much as I want to. Well, I can make fun of Natty. She lies. So...
A lot.
Yeah, she does. So, basically, the Natty's story is she can't see as well. Like, her vision is declining. You know, and she's like, well, maybe I just need glasses or whatever. She goes to an eye doctor. And the doctor goes, oh, yeah, your retina is becoming detached.
Yeah, your eyeball's about to fall out, so you might want to look into that.
Yeah, it's like you might not want to wrestle. So
what happened? Did she get kicked in the face or something? Do you guys know? Or something happened? Or is that like a...
It's probably all fucking work. Her eye's probably fine.
It probably is. But...
Yeah, but the story... But story-wise... was it like a cumulative damage? Did they portray it as a sudden thing?
That's what I think it is.
Like, I mean, Natty's mom blamed it on Summer kicking her in the face, but Natty was like, no, that's not it. So, it's probably just over time build-up.
Yeah. You know, and so Natty's dealing with this, and Tyson is healthy. Well, by the end of the episode... This was actually kind of cool. So, throughout this entire series, you see these people act like fucking the worst human beings on Earth. Right? Like, the entire series, you're just going, these people can't act like that.
Yeah.
Right? And then you're watching them sit backstage, and... every now and then, like, whenever there's a match, you'll see the girls, like, watching the TV in, like, the break room or whatever. Or the green room. I don't know. Just backstage area. Girls are sitting around watching TV.
Gorilla position.
And, you know, they're just watching TV. And they're watching Tyson versus Samoa Joe.
Oh, no.
And they move the camera away from the actual move, so... you don't actually see Tyson get injured on television.
Yeah, you don't even see that it was Samoa Joe, really.
Right.
Thank God.
You don't see shit.
So, that's, you know, what that is. But instantly, you see these girls watching the TV, and their faces get really serious. So, either A, they're watching a random Tyson Kidd match where he takes a bump, and they're playing it off like they were watching that match, or they were really watching that match live on the TV in the back, and they're like, holy shit. Instantly, you see Natty in the hallway just fucking freaking out. And this is no longer Natty putting on a show. This is really Natty freaking out for all of the right reasons. You know, and it was actually... good.
Yeah.
You know, and I hate to say, like, hey, you know, Total Divas was good because Tyson Kidd got hurt. But that's the kind of stuff I like to see, is just the backstage stuff, like the real backstage stuff, not the Dolph Ziggler hitting on Nikki Bella backstage where, you know, that's just whatever.
And they were pushing that storyline so hard, and that's what they ended on, to be continued.
Right.
But did you see when Natty was in the car? She's told Tyson. She said, "I love you," and Tyson said, "I love you," and she said, "Do you really?" And he's like, "Yeah," and she's like, "Oh, that sucks."
Holy shit! I'm watching the video right now about the Natty thing. She's bawling the fuck up, man. She's fucking sad as shit. You can tell.
Yeah, like I said,
Look
like
at her.
it's like I said, like, and there's actually a scene where like Natty goes to the hospital with her mom.
She's talking with the CPAC doctor.
And yeah, she was. But, you know, like she's at the hospital with her mom. Natty's kind of freaking out for all the right reasons. You know, and that part I actually respected. I don't want to say I don't want to say I enjoyed, but I actually respected. I was like, holy shit, the show actually became more than Natty hanging out with a deaf dominatrix.
And the Natty thing is that she's in danger of retinal detachment. She's not actually detached. It's like a risk. If she she keeps doing it, it's gonna fall off.
And the thing is, like, they were like, well, if you get surgery, you might not be able to wrestle. If you don't get surgery, you might not be able to wrestle. And And I think that's one of the reasons why you kind of seen her go away for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's cool, I guess.
What a bad rap.
But yeah, that was Total Divas.
So, I'm just gonna throw this out there. What if this whole fucking thing with TJ is a work?
That would be hilarious.
They don't... there's no video of the actual injury out there. And her storyline with her eyeball perfectly fits with TJ being injured, right? In the story.
Interesting.
Yeah, but...
And he's back from the hospital in a fucking neck brace, like walking around like he's fine.
Well, I posted pictures on my Twitter account, and it looks serious to me. Like, he had fucking staples on and shit on his neck.
Yeah, he has like a zipper on the back of his neck.
It looked real, but it could be fake.
Yeah, you can fake that, and I mean, you can fake a hospital trip easy.
I guess, but
it just seems weird that it fits so perfectly into the story with Natty's eye. Unless he got injured first, and then they did this whole eye thing after the fact to fit in with it.
That wouldn't work because they were already showing him without his brace, and he was moving around normal beforehand. Because remember, like, the eye thing happened way before. When I say way before, I'm guessing Total Divas, whenever we watch it, is actually every episode when they're not on vacation together.
He wasn't even there when she was talking about her eye. He was on the phone.
I'm gonna say this, and I hope nobody takes offense, but I don't know. Tyson seems kind of funny to me. Like, he treats Natty like she's dog shit, and not dog shit as in I like to be with women kind of dickish like Dolph. I think he's leaning more to the side of, I love Cesaro a little bit too much.
I think it's the other way around. I think Natty treats him like shit, and he just is done with her shit and doesn't want to deal with her anymore.
I think it's more realistic.
Really? You think that's it? That Natty is the crazy person that's driving him nuts and he's always angry because of that?
Yes.
Yeah, just like I said in the earlier episode, he said, "I love you." She said, "Do you really?" Like sarcastically. And he's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh," like she was disappointed that he loved her. Like, go back and watch that. It's like she's sad that he said, "I love you." And then she's like, and then there was another part where she's like forcing him to say like, "I love you" and shit. Like, it's like weird.
You never force men to say that.
But
women hate that kind of shit, that drama. We're guys. Do you like to be all like, "I love you, baby," all the fucking time? That's crazy. Men don't like that shit. Men like to fuck. Men like to. Let us fuck with honor and gratitude and plenty of anal. That's what we like. Natty looks so thirsty. She wants some of that Biggie peck.
I don't know, maybe it's gay because fucking that's what she's needs is some fucking D. That's what she's always looking for.
She wants Biggie, man. She wants Biggie.
Okay, so we're going to veer off a little more from the WWE Network now.
Wait.
Okay.
We didn't forget about the Grand Priestess Eva Marie, did we? On Total Divas.
I tried to, but let's go with it.
You tried.
Well, no. There's a reason why I tried to avoid this. Because apparently if we talk about her, she's getting heat and she's doing her job. So, I'm thinking, if everyone listening to us just stops talking about her, and you tell your wrestling watching friends to listen to us, and you also tell them the advice of, do not give Eva Marie reactions when she's live, she'll go away.
But you gotta admit, she looks beautiful in that new red dress.
Nah.
It depends.
Come on.
No. She is a beautiful woman.
Imagine you don't know her. Imagine this girl go into your bed in that red dress. What would you do? Twiddle your thumbs? No, you wouldn't, man.
Ask her where Emo is.
I'd be like, so, you're the wrong redhead. Do you know Becky Lynch?
Oh!
No, I mean...
Fuck you!
No, I mean, Eva Marie, she is a beautiful woman. Personality aside, she is a beautiful, like, model-like woman.
Yeah.
The thing with her is that's all she has.
If that's all she has, then she ain't got much, because I don't even find her that attractive, because it's way too fucking much makeup. That's all it is.
Too plastic.
People are booing the fuck out of her.
Her hair color's unnatural, her face makeup and all that's unnatural.
Her nose.
Her wrestling is unnatural.
Yeah. So, okay, cool. We talked about Eva.
So are we gonna make an official ban right now on Eva Marie talk?
Probably not. I'm just trying to move the show along.
Alright, let's go ahead.
Okay, so to get a little more off the WWE Network, we are going to dive into what I'm thinking will probably start to be like a weekly series, which will get interesting. Hopefully we're able to get through all 37 episodes, or maybe 38 episodes, of Lucha Underground before Season 2 starts. I don't think we can.
Yes.
But who knows? We'll do something.
We'll see. Maybe we'll do 2 episodes here and there.
Right. That's what I was sort of thinking. Maybe throw in a
see.
bonus episode or something of just like a Lucha-centric episode.
Just do like an hour Lucha that covers like 5 episodes. But
I can't do that for an hour. That would be 2, 3 for 5 episodes. But
yeah. Oh, I gotta find time to watch this shit, but now that Total Divas is off, that at least frees up that much time.
Exactly. Okay, so Lucha Underground, Episode 1, Season 1. This show is amazing, first off. Like, this is like one of the things that every now and then I kind of get down on myself for being a wrestling fan, because I'm being spoon-fed WWE schlock.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just kind of, I look at it, I'm like, this is kind of depressing. Why am I doing this? I'm in my 30s. Why am I watching kids programming? and then comes along something which reignites everything I feel about wrestling, including WWE. You know, it's just like that new passion where I look at it, I'm like, this is why I'm a wrestling fan.
Yes.
And then that hangover goes into WWE. And then I deal with that week's Raw, and I push through it, and then Lucha Underground was there to save me every Wednesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now we are here doing these first episodes, which is interesting, because I saw the whole thing from episode 1, and a lot of stuff I forgot.
So this is going to be weird, because It's sort of good though that I'm coming into all these episodes with fresh eyes, and you're coming into it having seen it all.
Exactly.
So we get two different perspectives on it.
Yeah, and I'm going to try to do as much spoiler-free for you, Tyler, as I possibly can. Like, I probably will, or hopefully will not be like, this person gets a belt, this person... you know what I'm saying?
Don't worry too much, because every week, after you watch Lucha, you'd be telling me about it, trying to convince me to watch Lucha.
That's true.
So I probably know a lot about it already.
Yeah. But I figure that you'd probably forget some names, like who did what.
Yeah.
You know, so the show opens up with the AAA Triple Mania, where Dario Cueto, who is an actor, he's not even like a real wrestling promoter, he is an actor. He was in Jack and Jill, that Adam Sandler movie. Okay, this guy comes out in the middle of the ring at Triple Mania, and he's like, I have $100,000 and I want to sign wrestlers and take them back to America. And the crowd is just like, yay, yay! Like, they're all excited, as well they should be. Because Lucha Underground is amazing, they just don't know how amazing it's going to be yet.
I thought they were booing.
They were booing. They were booing. They were like, fuck you, Dario Cueto, get the fuck out of there. Talking English and shit. Yeah, they were angry.
They were, but whenever I hear people boo Dario Cueto, in my head it's instantly like that cheering, because that means the guy is doing his goddamn job.
That only happens in the beginning, man. After that, every time he appears, you know shit's gonna get fucked over.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be violent as shit. Every time he comes out, you'll jizz your pants.
So it starts off with that promo at Triple Mania, and then it shows you they show you different wrestlers that are coming, or warriors as they call them, I think. And then he talks about the Aztec Temple, which is, what he calls his arena, is just the temple for short. And he's like, people are here for, honor and glory. And then he's like, my favorite thing, violence. And that's so true. Like, they set up Dario Cueto from the get-go to be the strongest, most diabolical authority figure in recent wrestling television. Right? Like, what do we have in WWE right now? We have Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.
They're good, but they're no Dario Cueto. Dario Cueto is like a cartel lord.
Exactly. And TNA, I imagine Dixie Carter comes out every now and then. But she's probably more of a face, if I had to guess. I don't watch TNA. And I don't really watch enough ROH to know if there is even a figure like that.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think that's just more straight wrestling.
Yeah.
And so Dario Cueto just builds a story. And then he introduces... he also has his, $100,000. And he says, at the end of the night, I will decide what wrestler has earned this $100,000. So instantly you have all of these guys wrestling for a reason. There's a purpose for these guys to actually fight.
Automatically.
Right. And it's genius. And so the first fight is Blue Demon Jr.
Legend. Fucking legend.
Versus Chavo Guerrero Jr.
See, I was not super impressed by Blue Demon Jr. It seemed like he was pretty old.
Let me explain you about Blue Demon. Blue Demon is a legend from Mexico, right? His style of wrestling is old wrestling, like 90, before 90s wrestling, like Hulk Hogan era wrestling.
Yeah.
That's why you see his moves are very telegraphed, like slow, slow, slow. But if you watch carefully, Chavo Guerrero is like trying to pick up the scraps,
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he is. And I think that's one of the reasons why I could see why you'd be like, this wasn't that great of a match.
No, it wasn't.
You know, and also something that's really weird about this is the first, I'm going to say probably the first like 10 episodes, they were still trying to figure out how to film it. You know what I mean? Like, camera angles are awkward as hell.
Yeah, that was one of my biggest complaints about the show was the camera angles. They really take you out of it. The show overall definitely has a big reality TV show feel, so I could see why they consider themselves a reality TV show, because they basically film it as one.
Almost.
That's why Blue Demon, the whole Blue Demon thing, going back to it, Blue Demon is very slow, and it's all because of age. You know, he's about to retire, and they were gonna build him up, you know, but you know, he's old.
Yeah, I wasn't saying he's a bad wrestler or anything. I'm just saying he definitely seemed aged, you know?
Yeah, he's like Thunder Liger. Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, this is a fine match, I guess. I mean, if I was going to tell you, hey, let's get into Lucha Underground, this is the match for you to watch, this is the wrong match.
No.
But
oh fucking no.
But this being the first match of the show and the series, totally acceptable. It can only get better from here, right?
So another thing to note was in this match, it looks like, now from what you've told me, Lucha Underground sort of plays by their own rules when it comes to certain things, like how tag team matches work, how stuff like that, you know, just different rules in general compared to other wrestling organizations. So, so this match, I think Matt Striker said, "Oh, the ref will count." It's, you know, in WWE, you get out of the ring, the ref counts. End of story. But I guess Matt Striker was trying to explain that the ref can count if he wants, or he just let them fight if he wants.
I'll explain it to you. The thing is, in Lucha Underground, the thing that we glorify here is violence. And if you get a count out, what don't you get? Violence. So if you get counted out, Dario Cueto's going to come out of his fucking office. He's going to say, restart the match and add somebody to it. And, you know, you're going to fucking die. I haven't spoiled anything, but that's the way it works. If you see something that the people don't like or they start getting sleepy, guess what? Dario Cueto's going to come out of the office and he's going to fuck your day up.
Yeah, that does make sense, because it sort of seemed like, hey, as long as they're continuing the match, then they let him fight. But if one guy's just sitting outside the ring, then we'll count him out, sort of deal.
Ring the bell! That's what you'll hear.
So I'm looking. So this was my first taste of, you know, different rules. So I'm definitely looking forward to see all the interesting things they do.
Oh yeah, and they definitely are going to get there. Jesus, they're going to get there. And it's also interesting to say something about the announcing team, especially from a first episode point of view. It's fine right now. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
But the thing about Lucha Underground is fine is not good enough.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Everything is in Lucha Underground is episode 1, this was fucked up. Episode 2, we fix it. We fucking fix it. No excuses.
So the next match is Son of Havoc versus Sexy Star. This was an interesting match, and this also kind of tells you where Lucha Underground is. So, Son of Havoc is in the ring, and he's thinking he's about to fight a man. And Sexy Star comes down. And this is also really interesting just because of the growth of Son of Havoc's character on the show. He makes this huge deal about fighting against a woman. He's like, no, give me a man. You know, and Sexy Star leaves the ring, and the ref starts counting. The second that she walks out of the ring, the ref does start counting. And then she jumps back in the ring and attacks Havoc. And it's amazing. And also, this is something that's kind of weird. Before the match, they give like a little vignette, because they don't really do promos. They do like vignettes. You know, like, and these vignettes look amazing. Like, it looks like movie quality.
Yeah, the way they were hyping her up in that vignette, they were actually making it look like, hey, this woman's actually going to win. I mean, she didn't, but, I mean, it made her look good compared to some of the shit they do in WWE.
Oh, yeah. And her whole backstory is really beyond anything that WWE would ever touch. You know, and this is something I actually kind of forgot about her, was just that really messed up backstory. You know, because throughout the rest of it, they don't really mention it. Like, a lot of stuff that you're seeing now is them trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. And that is really what you're going to see the entire season. You're going to see some gimmicks that work, and then you're going to see other gimmicks that fail miserably. And then you won't see that person ever again. And then gimmicks that shouldn't have worked, they went over, and you're going to continue to see that person or that gimmick or whatever.
Remember what you said about Blue Demon? Like, that match sucked and he looked slow, he looked aged. You won't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah, I think he comes out every now and then, but it's very far and few between that you're going to see him again.
And he won't wrestle. He mainly, like, talks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you won't have to worry about slow and sockage and shit.
So the Havoc and Sexy Star match was all right. It's definitely a breath of fresh air to see a man versus woman match. And she was competitive. She ended up losing, and it looked like at the end, I think it's Matt Striker was like, he won because he pulled on her tights, right? But it didn't look like he pulled on her tights to me. He was just grabbing her ass. But I think they're, you know how they fucking like to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't want her to look weak, but I don't know.
Right. And throughout the season, she's not going to look weak.
Yeah. So,
no. At all.
And the next promo I fucking loved. It was Dario setting up next week with Chavo Guerrero, and he's like, 1,000 deaths are coming for all of us. Like,
oh yes,
he's like he's bringing in some fucking crazy murderer guy or something. So I'm excited to watch it. It got me genuinely excited to watch the next episode.
Let me give you a small background on the guy that he's gonna bring. He's a guy from Puerto Rico named Ricky Banderas. He's a fucking legend, bro. Yeah. He saved the IWA in Puerto Rico from bankruptcy. They were dying, and only he had to comfort there, and he did everything in his power to get over, like this dark character, Undertaker type, and he fucking rocked their world. And he fought with Rey Gonzalez on a fucking thunderstorm outside. Yeah. That's legendary, and it's on YouTube. Rey Gonzalez versus Ricky Banderas on a fucking storm. Lightning and all. Light going out. Stuff falling over. They still did the fucking match. And he also fought the Kamikaze Clan. And the motherfucker fights like... He starts slow. Like, really slow, but powerful. But if you start getting upper hand on him, he starts getting quicker and quicker and quicker and more violent and more violent. And then he grabs a chair and he starts stomping you the fuck out until you don't move no more. That's him.
Yeah.
And
he's rage incarnate.
When's the last time you watched Raw and you left that episode thinking, man, I cannot fucking wait to watch Raw next week? Never. That's when.
Well, there was a time, but it was about, goddamn, 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, really, like the way how they set this stuff up, and like when I'm going back and I'm like rewatching this, there's like little hints to what's coming for rest of the season, and it's amazing. then the next match after that was Prince Puma
versus Johnny Mundo.
Right. So Johnny Mundo, for those WWE watching people who have never watched Lucha Underground, is John Morrison. Prince Puma is a guy named Ricochet. I want to say that Ricochet was probably on TNA at one point for a brief time. I could be completely wrong, or it was Ring of Honor. But I know like he was like on television somewhere else at one point.
They set this guy up to be fucking Rocky. So we'll see. I'm sure he's got big things coming to him. So
he deserves it. You'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a great match. It was.
Also, there's this guy. Damn it! I don't even know if I can say it. Well, he's technically not hidden. They're gonna show you a video of him first, and then they're gonna show him. But hey, this guy, when he comes there, he's another one that he's pure rage, pure violence, and nothing but power. And he moves like Rey Mysterio, so you're gonna be very afraid. He has everything WWE wants in a guy, and some more.
Oh yeah. So with this match, it was really interesting because when I first saw it, I was like, wait, is that John Morrison? You know, because really, like, why the hell is John Morrison on my TV, and why am I excited to see this?
Yeah, my impression was like, this guy sucks. What is he gonna do?
Exactly. Little did I know that that this guy got the main event on the show for a goddamn reason. And then Prince Puma comes out, and my first reaction to him is, wow, this guy's small.
Yeah.
You know, but then the match starts. And Prince Puma comes out with Conan. You know, so Conan's his like manager.
Legend.
Right. And Prince Puma, though, like in the ring, is amazing. The guy is fast. He's everything that you want in a wrestler, as you were saying earlier. And
some more.
And on top of that, he knows how to build excitement in a match. He knows how to tell a story. He did it maybe once or twice in this match, but not too much. Because you could tell, like, you know, this is the first.
Yeah, he's a bit nervous.
So everyone's getting used to everyone and all that stuff, right? But Prince Puma has this thing where if he's getting counted out, he'll get the 1, he'll get the 2, and then he'll get the almost 3. And when I say almost 3, the ref is like inches away from tapping to 3, and Prince Puma will get up. And it just builds to the story, and it builds to that match. It's amazing. You know?
Yeah. And the way he sells when you're beating him, the way he sells, even though he has a mask that covers like 90% of his face, you can tell he's in pain, you can tell he's sad, you can tell he's frustrated or angry, and he's very good at that selling shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is great. Johnny Mundo actually wins this one.
Yeah, I was sort of surprised for that because you've told me good things about Prince Puma, so I was expecting him to win. But it's good to see Johnny too. Like, I mean,
oh brother, you don't even know what you're up against.
I'm not sure if you guys caught this, but Matt Stryker actually made a comment about WWE during this match.
Oh my god, I sent him like 4 tweets telling him that, and he answers you. He's one of those guys that he's always on the damn phone.
Right.
And I sent him a fucking thing and I said, let the WWE hatred and bitterness go. Don't go to their level. And you can look it up.
It's not like this one. It's not him being bitter or hating WWE.
Oh, you'll see it in episode 4.
Yeah, but in this one, it was just like, I'm sure he's really happy to be back in the ring again. When's the last time that we saw John Morrison or Johnny Mundo in a wrestling ring on TV?
Yeah, TNA.
Was he in TNA?
Yep, with Melina.
Ah, see, I completely forgot about TNA.
You and everyone else.
Yeah. But I just assumed that he was talking about WWE, and I was like, that's cool. And they'll get their punches in later on, and it's well deserved. Like, I'm okay with him making fun of WWE or referencing it, because why the fuck not? What do they have to lose?
Credibility. They're gonna be the same. They could turn into what they hate, and I don't want that. Fuck WWE. WWE imagines nobody else's exist, so fuck them. Let's imagine they don't exist either.
But if it's putting over a wrestler, why not?
Oh, yeah, sure, but that vindictive thing, like, oh, we do this and you don't, fuck that shit. Fuck them. Imagine they don't exist. Bunch of pussies anyway.
This is also an interesting thing to note. So, Lucha Underground, Episode 1, Season 1, if you look at the audience, I'm looking at it right now, I actually have it on. It's about 50% full.
Mm-hmm.
By time it gets to the season finale, the place is packed, standing room only.
Oh yeah.
That's amazing. Amazing.
And people freaking the fuck out when people comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, but this, like I was saying earlier, the announcing team, you could tell that they're not the best at what they're doing yet. It's fine, but it's not the best. Mm-hmm. Vampiro, I think, is getting used to being a commentator.
Mm-hmm. True.
Matt Stryker is Matt Stryker. But he does get better. Like a lot.
Way better. Like a lot. Like all of a sudden, he drops the WWE acting type, and Vampiro starts getting pumped and amped. And starts yelling and standing and clapping, and then you start like getting more hooked up on them than on the fucking match, which is
because
very,
they're
very
fans.
cool.
Then you're like, okay, these announcers are now fans. They're just one of us.
They're like, yeah, holy shit.
But that's what you need from an announcing team in today's day and age.
Exactly.
Like why am I going to get excited for watching, a WWE match when they're talking about 4 matches that happened previously?
Ugh.
Like that takes you out of the match.
And then telling me how to use the fucking WWE network.
Right, like this, they do talk about what happened previously every now and then, but only when needed for story.
Exactly.
Build up. But this is perfect. So after the match is over, Dario Cueto comes out with his money. And everyone's excited because everyone wants to see who Dario Cueto is going to give the money to. He gives it to himself.
Fuck you guys.
Who better to give it to than yourself? I mean, why not?
That is awesome.
He gets his gain out, which later on we learn what their name is. And at this very moment in time, it's just 3 random ass guys just coming out of nowhere. And they just start beating on him again, and Cueto's just like, yes, this is amazing, violence, and it's over. I mean, seriously, some of the best 45, 47 minutes of wrestling on a weekly basis would be Lucha Underground.
I got 2 words to describe Lucha Underground. Mortal Kombat!
Oh, you haven't seen shit yet.
But
the show reminds me of a live-action Mortal Kombat, and it's fucking awesome. Like, it makes me feel like anything is possible again, Like I'm a little kid watching wrestling for the first time.
You haven't seen shit yet.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. Well, we're going to be getting through more episodes, so I don't want to dwell on it too much. But yeah, you are in for a treat. definitely in for a treat.
Imagine how good it is that I'm willing to watch the whole fucking thing again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I watched actually the first episode in preparation for this. Normally, like, I'll watch like a Raw and that's it. Like, I just watch like whatever that we're talking about like once done. If it's a pay-per-view, I might go back to certain matches, or I might rewind and stuff and watch something like that. But this one, I think I watched about 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And I was okay with it every time.
The episode that I watch the most when I'm in the gym running on the treadmill is the Grave Consequences. That's the match for me.
Well, definitely looking forward to what Lucha has in store for us. So, any final thoughts before we wrap it up here?
Let's see. Let's do some plugs. You could find me on Twitter at rstraws or on the Network Pod. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/on the Network Podcast. You can also even go to our website, onthenetworkpodcast.com. Or you can email us if you feel so inclined to go to onthenetworkpodcast@gmail.com. How can we get in contact with you, Urban Ninja?
Pretty much we go to Twitter, and my handle is pretty much self-explanatory. It's like at Urban Ninja 1982, and you'll find me there and posting memes all over the place. And I'll be posting memes on your page as well, so we'll keep in touch.
Excellent. And also some quick podcasts that you guys should definitely go out and listen to. Face the Music with Joe and Amy. Excellent show where they talk to local musicians in the upstate South Carolina music scene. Geeks of the Industry with Chunky Larry and many more. They do Mega Powers Radio. I just did an episode of Creature Features with him talking about Chopping Mall. Amazing 80s horror movie. It's so good. Talking about with Glenn. BB and BC podcast with Mike and Iris, where they just talk about cult cinema. It's random and always fun. And like always, Wrestling Soup with Mish and Joey. And those are my plugs. So yeah.
All right.
Oh, one more thing. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
All right. So, cool. I guess we will be back next week, same time.
Same time, same place.
Yep.
Catch us on the network.